Good morning and welcome back to This Week at the Chamber. And I'm here with Amy, and it's Chamber of Commerce Week.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Lloyd says, tell me something good. You could say Chamber of Commerce Week if you want.
Yes, Chamber of Commerce Week, just a shameless plug for that. Yes, absolutely. Also, the temperatures are cooling. We're starting to see some color to the trees start.
Oh boy, it's time. Their leaves are changing, so I'm sure you'll see some photos of those sometime this week as we kind of give an update for the hundreds of phone calls that come into this office this time of year. So it's about to be beautiful here in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
How about we talk about this week?
That sounds good.
All right, I've got the first one.
Okay.
This week, we've got 2 field trips. Kind of throwing it back, a little bit of partnership with our Workforce Initiative Network. We're going to do a Monday field trip and a Friday field trip. And so Monday, we're taking a bunch of the teachers from Harrison School District. They're doing half-a-day professional development. Today's Monday, so this is today. And then this afternoon, they're going over to North Arkansas Regional Medical Center, and they'll be listening to a panel about career exploration and about different educational opportunities, and then they're going to take a tour. And so who knows the students better than the teachers themselves? And so they're going to go on this tour, learn about all the different things, go back to the classroom, talk to the students about healthcare careers, and then on Friday, the students come. And they filled out surveys to talk about who's most interested in what types of careers. They'll be here on Friday, all the ones that said they're interested in healthcare. So that is a big deal.
It is.
We haven't done field trips before.
No.
So it's like a field trip day today.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, kicking off Chamber of Commerce Week.
Yeah.
And so we'll give a shout out to Wabash, who's our presenting sponsor for the Workforce Initiative Network.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wabash. And also to North Arkansas College and JP&O, who are helping us put on the healthcare sessions this week. And so big shout out to them as well.
Thank you as well.
And of course, North Arkansas Regional Medical Center. But we're going to them, so they know that they're important.
Yeah.
So that's this week.
Okay.
Students and teachers.
Well, I'm going to talk about leadership.
Yep, do it.
Yes. Tomorrow we're going to have BCLI Economic Development Day. That's always a great day where I say BCLI will learn about some of the behind the scenes of how everything works to sort of work economic development, and that's always a fun day.
We're going to hear from RDOT about infrastructure and transportation. They'll do a couple of different panels about workforce and our community initiatives, and then they're going to finish at the school board. I think that's one of their volunteer things, but they're going to a school board meeting that night. And
Very cool. That's good.
A little bit of education.
Then on Wednesday, it's going to be the orientation day for our Youth Leadership Academy, our YLA group, and that should be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Kicking off the year for them. A little bit later than we have in the past.
Yeah.
So typically we'd start in September, but here we are. It's October. Leaves are changing. Temperature's cooler, and we're going to start with some youth leadership this week for Chamber of Commerce Week. Let's give a shout out to Kinetic by Windstream, our presenting sponsor for both leadership programs. Thank you, Kinetic.
Thank you.
And for helping us do everything we do with leadership.
Yes.
It's one of our best programs.
I'm going to take the next one, too. We've got Eggs and Issues, and that's going to be on Thursday. We'd love it if you joined us at 7:30 at the Signature Bank Community Room, Side B. There's still time to register if you want to give us a call at 870-741-2659. Lloyd or myself will take that call, and we'll get you registered for that Eggs and Issues breakfast. This one has a focus on the legislative update.
Yep,
So,
state elected leaders, and presented by Casey Scribner at
Yes.
State Farm Insurance.
Thank you,
This
Casey.
one. So all of our sponsors getting shout outs today.
Yes.
But Thursday at 7:30 we'll have breakfast, and then we'll have some informational updates, maybe some Q&A.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be good.
It's always a good one.
And then Thursday evening, we're doing Leadercast after hours. So everybody who's been going through Leadercast, learning about artificial intelligence and hearing all of these different speakers from different industries talk about artificial intelligence and the impact that it's going to have. Actually, the theme is human intelligence.
Yes.
Talking about the value of human leadership, and then the things that can't be replaced by artificial intelligence, but how we're leveraging AI. So we're having a after hours event for everybody going through the Leadercast program Thursday, 4 o'clock at Tallgrass.
Yes. Thank you, Tallgrass.
Yeah, so we'll be there for, let's say, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, as long as you'd like to stay until they kick us out. But the time to have some fellowship, talk about your favorite parts, and meet all the other people going through Leadercast and have a little networking. So Leadercast after hours.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Then Friday,
There's a ribbon cutting.
there's a ribbon cutting Friday, and it's Ozark Opportunities. We'd love it if you joined us. That one's going to be at 4 o'clock. And it's going to be over at their original location where they've done some renovations and changed up some things to accommodate some classrooms. It should be really good. You don't get to go in there and check everything out very often, and so this is your chance. So we'd love you to join us for that ribbon cutting as well.
Ozark Opportunities. That's kind of the honorable mention, as we've got so much going on this week.
Yeah.
Not enough bullet points on the slide.
No.
But today's guest, we have Jim Holland, who's chair of our board, talking about Chamber of Commerce Week, talking about his experience from, he's been on the board since 2016 or 17.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was here with Old Chamber, saw through some of the transition with Bob's leadership, and then into economic development, and now some new staff. And so he'll be finishing his year as chair of the board and talking about Chamber of Commerce Week.
Yes.
So,
well, important steps, I think, was the transition from kind of event to economic development focused, and then the defining any given year and any given point what economic development is, i.e., is it recruiting business, is it business retention, is it housing, is it workforce? It as you know, it kind of ebbs and flows, and need versus opportunity, and those types of things. So that's kind of been the factors, I think, that have made it more interesting, made the chamber have more impact in the community, and served our constituents and community better. Well,
yeah, I would agree. And I remember when I first started at the chamber, and Dan Reynolds asked me to come on his TV show, and they did the interview, like, you're from here, but you're back, and tell us about the chamber. And I was just like, yeah, we're doing economic development.
yeah.
Please don't ask any follow-up questions. I didn't study yet. And I think it's something that you learn over time, is that, like you said, there's workforce, there's housing, it's the arts, it's downtowns, it's walkability, bikeability, and the transportation infrastructure, it's the government policy, and there's all of these different pieces that you can't move at the same time, right? And so we did a lot with housing, and now we've kind of got some momentum going there, and now we're doing a lot with workforce and education, and maybe at some point we'll be talking about the next business attraction piece, because we've got 5 acres left in the industrial park. We've talked some about it, but it's kind of, it ebbs and flows. And so,
well, and throw a little business retention in there, depending on the given week or month or year, economy, whatever the factors are.
Yeah, and I've just learned a lot about asking better questions too. In fact, you were here when the St. Louis Fed was in town with Matushka Briggs. And afterwards, I've had some ongoing dialogue, and we talked about some of those like weird things about toilet paper, about makeup wipes, or about like different things that happen in the economy, and how they can they're economists. Those are signals based on what's happening in our community and our businesses to like, oh, people are going back to work, or people are doing this, and like this is where we're shifting. And so I've been in a couple of email threads with her recently, and she's like asking really good questions about supply and demand and the wars going on. And like, I'm learning like how to ask better questions to our manufacturers through that relationship. And I feel like I'm a little bit of a journalist.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm getting just a taste of what it might be like in an amateur setting.
Hopefully you can expand that. We've always got a job opening in case. Just saying.
Yeah. So maybe those will make for some good stories sometime. But yeah, Chamber of Commerce Week. What else do you want to hit on? Maybe.
Well, we're obviously getting ready to kind of close out my year and move into the next year calendar and next leader. Our retreat's coming up. We're working on budget, all those things that go with the Chamber of Commerce. I think the future is what excites me. We were